Hello friends, welcome you all. Happy to connect again through this video. Hope all are safe and sound after the Chennai cyclone. Today the topic what we are going to cover is about the different questions which I encounter over the period of time from many of the investors. So I thought it will be a good idea to collate all those questions and answer to you so that it will be useful to all the people who are listening to this video. So the first question is, one major question in all investors' mind are equity markets are actually going up and what do we do currently? So I actually gave a very detailed video during June 2020 when the unlock actually started beginning. I am very happy in that there was a very famous quote by Charles Darwin which said, "It is the ability of a person to adapt to changes will always keep improving." The same holds very good and true today because as humankind we have adapted to the new normal and we have also reasonably got back to our normal life. So in case if you have missed watching that video in June 2020, I have given you the link in the description box so that you can go and view that now. So in that video I had shown a lot of data points covering what are all the things which each and every government is doing, each and every federal governments are doing, and liquidity has been abandoned in the market for the last 6-8 months. Because of that, the excess liquidity started chasing many of the assets and equity market was one of the beneficiaries. And there are some few good points also which happened at the company level. The companies have become very efficient. The cost of money has become lesser because most of the federal banks have cut rates, and across companies they have cut cost wherever they could to make them even more efficient. Because of that, most companies' profitabilities have increased, because of which their earning upgrades have increased, and because of that the market have continuously gone up. So having said that, is it really a good time to invest? That's a debatable question depending upon how much time you have to invest. But one point in general is, if you are overweight in equity at the current levels, maybe it is a reasonably good time to reallocate and move some part of your equity assets to a safe asset like a debt instrument. So practicing asset allocation becomes very important and it's a good time to rebalance your portfolio. The next big question in everyone's mind is it a good time to buy a house or a flat? I think before answering the question, I think we should look at it from a different point of view, because is it a good time to buy a flat or real estate entirely depends upon whether you are ready to buy it or not. So I had actually spoken in detail again in one of my previous videos for which I have shared you the link. In that I have said whether is it a good time to buy or rent a house. In that I have given some filters. Based on the filters, if you actually are ready to buy a house, then yes, it is definitely one of the great times to buy, because one, the overall real estate prices have reasonably cooled off. Second, the interest rates are at a historical low. Today the home loan rates are starting at about 6.9% or so. So it becomes a very good point to buy a. Another major reason is because of excess supply in the real estate market, there are some very good deals which are available today. So if you are financially ready to buy a house, I think it is definitely one of the good times to look at. I am not recommending you to buy a flat or a house, but all that I am saying is, if you are financially ready, it is definitely one of the good time to look at buying a house. Another very important question in everyone's mind is, what kind of insurance should you buy to protect your family? I think this is one area where people actually grossly get misled because of the huge number of products available in the market. So generally we should never mix up your investment and insurance together. But fortunately or unfortunately, the number of products available in the market actually mix up both, because of which your costs are way high. So let's understand why you need an insurance. I will try and explain it to you through an example of a car. Assuming you have your car, you have an insurance to cover your car. So just in case if there is any damage or accident, then to cover the risk to cover the financial risk, you take a car insurance so that in case of any damage, the insurance company will repay to you. Similarly, for your life also, there are so many responsibilities. You have a family, and just in case of any eventuality, the family cannot be left high and dry. So to protect them financially, there is definitely a scope, and the product what you should be looking at is a term insurance. Just by buying a term insurance, you can actually protect your family, and the cost of buying a term insurance is one of the cheapest. For example, a 30-year-old person will have to spend maybe less than 1,500 rupees per month to protect his family up to 1 crore rupees. Another important point is when you are taking cover, you should be aware of what kind of cover you are taking so that that cover is reasonably good enough for a family to survive in case of any eventuality. So like one car, one insurance, similarly, you should also have for one life, one insurance, that is term insurance. Since insurance is an expense, ideally the breadwinner of the family should have a term insurance. That's the most critical part. After the COVID situation has come, the awareness towards health has increased, and because of that, a lot of people have started buying health cover, so which is a very good thing. More importantly, what we need to look at is the cover what you're buying. Is it comprehensive? Second, make sure all your family members are covered. Many times what I have seen is generally parents are not covered under your employee option. Make sure your parents also have one good cover so that they can actually lead a very peaceful life. Another major question which has come today is, are bank FDs safe? I think to answer it straight, bank FDs are one of the safest instruments available. So there's nothing to worry about having money in a bank, especially if it is a deposit. As investors, there's nothing to worry. Of course, there are a lot of fake news going around, and with the recent developments with the Lakshmi Vilas Bank and Yes Bank, the fear has actually got extrapolated. But one good thing what we need to understand is, even though there were trouble in some of the banks, eventually RBI stepped in, and after a cooling off period, eventually the banks have come back to normal, and all depositors' money is protected entirely. So there's nothing to worry when it comes to keeping your money in the banks. I think these are some of the questions which keep coming very regular to me. So I thought it is a good idea to explain that to you all. Before concluding this video, I would like to suggest a few important points which I discovered out of meeting so many investors. Generally, when we take investment decisions, it is on a product to product. Rather, it should be at a comprehensive level. So what I mean by that is, write down your responsibilities, because the responsibilities are not new. So we know what are all our financial responsibilities, and save money towards your goal. So just by doing this, having a plan can actually eliminate most of our risk. Another important thing is, take advice from people who are competent enough to advise you on that subject. What I have found is, when you want to take a financial decision of buying a house, generally the advice is taken from your friends and family, and many of us don't know whether they are competent enough to advise us on buying a house, and that's one of the largest investment you make in your life. So make sure you are financially ready so that you can actually venture into it and achieve that goal. Thank you for watching this video. The next topic what we are going to come up with is on the update on economy. We will see a lot of data points to understand where our economy, how the markets are, and the valuation. Please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and please press the notification bell icon. Thank you.